Me and my closest friends were all making 6 figures a year while we were in college. Yes, 6 figures freshman year while we were in college, straight out of high school. How? Well, we all did it the exact same way, and it really isn't that hard. One word: apps. Apps? Like the apps on your phone? Yes, the apps on your phone. While I was in college, I was getting paid $8,000 cash every single month while I was in college to build apps. It's a long story, but it's one that nobody talks about because it used to be really, really hard to do, but now it's never been easier to build apps. And if you're watching this video, I'm gonna teach you how I used apps to supercharge my career and set myself up for financial success. I'm gonna go over not just my experience, but I'm gonna talk to you about 2 of my best friends who did the exact same thing and were absolutely killing it while they were in college, and they were leaps and bounds ahead of their peers. We all got into our dream colleges, we were all making a ton of money, and now we live financially successful lives and our parents are super proud of us. One of my friends, Akshat, at just 19 years old, year 1 of college, freshman year, got a full-time job while in college building apps for Facebook. Yes, Facebook. He was 19 years old working for Mark Zuckerberg. And my friend Mo was doing the exact same thing, building apps for Yahoo. And we all did it within our first year of getting into college. All of us used this money to pay for college ourselves. We saved up a fat savings account and set ourselves up for life. In fact, right when I graduated college at 22 years old, I literally went right away and bought my first investment property, rented it out, and I was set up for life. Akshat bought his mom and dad a home, and Mo travels the world on his laptop and lives an incredible life that we are all super excited about living. So now I'm going to show you how you can learn how to build apps and use it to supercharge your college application and use it as your spike to get into any college of your dreams, but with the mission of setting you up for financial success for the rest of your life and living a very rewarding career. The best part is when I was in college 6-7 years ago, it was super hard to build apps. You had to know how to code, you had to know architecture and system design and so much stuff. But now in the era of no code and AI, anybody with a laptop and a mouse that they can use to point, click, drag and drop can launch their own app. So let's dive right in. The first app that I had helped build was called JDM Exchange. I was scrolling through Instagram one day. I was 17 years old and still in high school, and I saw somebody was looking for help to build a marketplace for car enthusiasts. They were looking for software developers. So I DM'd him on Instagram and I said, hey, my name is Alim. I have no idea how to code, but I'm super excited about what you're building and I'm willing to do anything to work for free. I want to be a professional software engineer one day. I'd be willing to work for free if you took me under your wing and let me just do whatever you don't want to do. Matter of fact, this guy replied to me and said, awesome, let's jump in. We got on a Zoom and I started just doing grunt work for him and writing just a little bit of code. But that changed everything because it was the first entry I put on my resume at 17 years old and I already looked like a professional software developer. Then right when I got into college, I was able to apply for internships while I was in school, and because I already just had one entry on my resume, I was standing out from every single freshman that was in that college. I got that internship at the state of California where I was building apps, but they knew I was an intern and all I got paid to do was read books on how to build apps. That one entry changed my life. So then fast forward a couple months, I used those same exact entries to apply for a new college, San Jose State, which was in the heart of Silicon Valley. The computer science program is super competitive there. If you didn't have a 4.0 out of high school, you didn't get into that computer science program. So I used those 2 entries on my resume when I applied for the college and I ended up getting in. When I got to San Jose State, I used those 2 entries again to get a job at a funded startup. This was a startup that had just raised $1 million and they were just looking for developers to build their app for them. And since I was a hungry college kid and I was ready to do whatever it took, they hired me and they paid me $8,000 a month, every single month, to build an app for them while I was studying. And my friends Akshat and Mo, they did the exact same thing. But you're probably thinking like, Alim, like how do I get that first app on my resume? Where do I come up with that first idea? Well, you can build an app for pretty much anything. You can use the prompt I will leave in the description to have ChatGPT help you come up with an idea for an app. And then your job is to build a very basic version of it. Even if you have an idea, you can maybe ask your friends, family for an idea and just come up with anything, any little problem that you can solve with an app. Build a very basic prototype in a no-code tool like Flutterflow, design it in Figma, and just do whatever you can to get it launched. Because once you have that app launched, you can put it on your resume. You will have a website and an app live in the entire world that you can leverage for the rest of your life and say, I built this. And then once you have that app launched, now is the time to supercharge your college application. The fact of the matter is that colleges want entrepreneurs. They know where the market is heading. They know that Gen Z more and more want to be creators, solopreneurs. They want to have their own businesses. They want to work in tech. They want to work off their laptop and work remote and travel, because that's what Gen Z is seeing online on the internet, and colleges know that, especially top colleges. So colleges look for diversity in backgrounds, and they want to bring in entrepreneurs. Colleges actually have to fuel their local economies. So depending on what college you're applying for and what city that college is in, colleges will need to fuel their local jobs, right? They need to align the college curriculum and the college mission with what the local jobs are that those economies need. So they know that more and more apps need to be built. More and more businesses need technology, and they are going to be looking for students like you who have a technological, entrepreneurship, and business-oriented background. Building an app and putting this app on your resume will absolutely be the spike that you need to stand out, because like I said, traditionally, only people who knew how to code could build an app. And that's still low-key the case today, because not many people know that you can build successful apps with no-code, low-code, and AI tools. These are tools that you can use to simply point, click, drag, and drop, and put together a basic app that you can launch into the stores and have a fully functioning, high-quality app, and nobody could even tell that you did it with the low-code tool, no-code tool, or you coded it by hand. And this is the spike that you need. Some examples of apps could be like a fitness app where you keep track of your workouts. Say you were a football player and you built a 1-rep max calculator, or you were in the arts program and you built an AI art generator or a photo sharing app. There are so many little apps that you could be building based on maybe the clubs that you were in high school, the interest groups, if you were in a sports team, maybe you did a school project that you could totally turn into an app. There's so many things that you probably already have that root idea, and all you need to do is take the next step, commit a summer, just 1 week or 2 weeks, to building something of a prototype and putting it out on the App Store. So now that we've talked about that first entry, let's talk about the impact that having an app on your resume will have on your future, your career, and your job applications. Well, think about it this way. You control that app, you control that it's a company, and many times interviewers will be treating that entry on your resume like you were working for a company. They won't know, especially when you submit that application for the first time, that you were the one that built that app, because your job is to brand that app as a company or a startup that you worked for. You can be a founder or a co-founder, but it's still going to be a job on your resume. That comes with a lot of benefits. You get to control how you want to position yourself. Say you're applying for a marketing internship, or you're applying for a data science internship, you're applying for a sales internship. You can then change that job description on your resume to fit the job or internship that you're applying for. That's the biggest power that being a startup founder and a business owner will have, because you will have to wear many hats when you launch that app. First, you're going to become a builder. You're going to become a designer. You're going to try to market it through emails. You might go door to door. You might have to run reports and figure out how many users you have. And those are all things that are possible with no code, low code tools. Now, anybody can do these functions of what used to be a very hard thing to do. So you now have the power to brand yourself as anything and find the job that will hire you based on what you're passionate about and based on how you brand yourself to that job. That's exactly what I did when I was the co-founder of my first app called SeasonShare. I branded myself as a mobile app developer, even though I wore many hats at SeasonShare. And that's how I got the lead mobile engineering job at PrizePicks, which made me a ton of money and changed my life forever. So this is the power of app building, startups, and entrepreneurship, that when you start early in high school, you will unlock so many opportunities. Lastly, we all hear leadership experience. And whether you were a leader in high school through sports or through an interest group, building an app can also introduce you to leadership opportunities, because you might be building a team. You might do this with somebody else. You might partner up with a friend or someone who has equal excitement for that app. Apps and larger business projects show that you know how to take initiative, that you can perform in ambiguous settings, because there's no roadmap for building an app. There's no roadmap for being successful or ingredients for being successful. You are going to do all that on your own, and colleges know that. Colleges know that entrepreneurs are autonomous, they thrive in ambiguity, and they can solve problems and trek uncharted territories. I'm saying this so confidently because these are the exact skills that I pride myself in having, and it all results from building an app and launching it for the first time. So if you're applying to college, you're trying to supercharge your life and make your parents proud, building an app is the best thing that you can do. Don't play video games. Don't fall into the whole online, make money online. Building an app is a hard skill that is transferable into jobs that colleges will absolutely love, and you will unlock incredible money-making opportunities by learning how to build apps. So if you made it this far into the video, you're probably wondering, how can I, Alim, help you build an app? Well, now I'm the founder of a company called Ambitious Labs, and we're an online no-code app building academy. We've trained thousands of entrepreneurs on how they can build apps, and we've launched dozens and dozens of successful apps through our online training program. I'll leave a link in the description so that you can learn more about our high school programs and how we help high schoolers actually launch their first app through one of our accelerator programs. My name's Alim. I'm super excited to help you get into college. If you have any questions, leave a comment and I'll get back as soon as I can. Take care and good luck on college applications.